I didn't really make anything today, which is kind of weird, but it was just like, it was real, like, just chill, bro. Like, it was like a really chill day, and the playoffs is on, you know what I'm saying? I didn't watch none of it. I'll probably really start watching next round. Because, man, my Wizards is down bad right now. My Wizards is down bad, but that's beside it, bro. Let's get right into this, man. Welcome back to the Why I'm Geek show, man. This is episode 18, man. Episode 18, 2 away from 20, from the Dub Club, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited for today's episode because, I'm here today. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Like, we got some things to talk about with these shows, man. Jamu, what's goody? What's goody? But, I've really just been, I watched a lot, man. And I've been seeing like a whole bunch of different, like, not just videos, but just thumbnails. Cause, I've been thinking about getting back into Boruto. So, like, I'm not in the beginning of Boruto by any means, but I'm, like, in the middle. Just because, like, at this point, there's, like, a lot of filler. So, like, nothing right now is very pertinent. So, it's, like, it got me pretty much, like, off the series. And, now this joint is, like, from all the stuff that I'm seeing, like, online, it's getting, like, to be like that, But I'm at a crossroads because I'm also watching Black Clover, man. And Black Clover is fire. And, that has a whole bunch of seasons to it, too. So, it's just a lot of content to actually, like, get through. But, like, I'm enjoying the process because it's kind of, like, pushing me to continue to create even more. What I was saying, like, last week, I uploaded a lot more videos. Like, I did kind of miss Monday just because the video took me longer than I was expecting, and I kind of forgot about. Like, I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I got my edits, so that's what happened. I forgot to write that down, but you guys have been seeing throughout the week that I got new transitions and stuff like that. That's gonna make the YouTube content, even better. And I've been just, I had to learn how to install that. So that pretty much took up the whole day. And then once I figured that out, I started editing the video. But, it's all for the better now. We back on track, you know what I'm saying? And we got some fire transitions out. And it's so many, like, things within it. I'm just excited just to continue to create more stuff to, just create my own style within, the content that we're doing, because I haven't really done this kind of stuff since I, like, was making mixtapes and stuff like that. Like, and, when I was in Final Cut Pro, I basically was making a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't necessarily in Final Cut Pro. Like, I kind of, like, finessed it. So now I'm getting to that point where, everything's starting to really look like how I want it to. And we're taking steps forward in that regard. But, keeping it on the entertainment side, man, My Hero came out today. And it's a lot better than, like, I thought it was initially going to be. Like, the exams are a lot more interesting. Or not the exams, but the exhibition is a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be originally, just because of not only just, like, the character development between, like, Bakugo and the rest of the squad, but, this whole thing with Deku. And I'm going to make a whole video on basically, Deku's, like, newfound powers and him, like, being the chosen one type of thing, and, like, explaining a little bit of that. But I have to go back and, like, watch that episode again just so I can really, have a good understanding of what's going on. But in the moment, I was like, oh my gosh, this joint is like that. But yeah, other than that, I finished Scarface today. It was my first time watching that, and Scarface is dope. it's kind of a long movie. Like I didn't expect it to be like that long, just because I didn't never see it before. But obviously seen like the famous scenes from it. But I mean, that was a good freaking story, and like the world is yours type, like Tony Montana, like that's different, bro. That's a different type of mentality, and it got me to thinking like, yo, like it reminded me of my how like crazy I went on content last week, like, and really trying to get this digital real estate, man. Like I'm really trying to get my content out to as many people as possible, to where the point where it's like I used to just be uploading like one video a week, and that was just like my one go at it, and that worked, for the type of content that I was doing, just because of the amount of time that I put into those projects. But I'm putting just as much time into it now and creating more, so it's like it's a very powerful like statement, and it like kind of changed my perspective on just how I look at just content. Like there's never like enough, like because I find myself even now like um trying to still like not necessarily go down the YouTube rabbit hole, but like sometimes like I be feeling like, dang, I've done watched everything, and that makes me think like I need to like, if I don't watch everything, that means I need to make something. You know what I'm saying? So like that's another reason for me to create, because I'm like a multitasker, so like I like doing multiple things at one time, just because like I need it's pretty weird, honestly. Like I don't know a lot of people that's like this, but I need like background noise or like some type of like something in the background to focus on what I'm doing and like stay consistent. I've always been like that, like since I was young. Um, so like that's how I work best. So you know, it also has me gravitating to more like long form content, and I'm trying to find those things. And what I've been looking at a lot more recently is art videos, because um, usually are like a lot more informative, because they're also teaching you things. Like, and I'm not like artist by trade, but I do like plan one day to like really get into painting and stuff, just because it's just another like outlet, to get my creative flow off, and really, what I'm saying, just tap into whatever it is. But I'm focusing on the videography and the content that I'm doing right now. But it's still just really interesting, and just to see somebody just like be really good at what they do, like being a master of self. That's where I strive to be, with all the stuff that I do, and that goes back to before what I was saying with um, like the Stephen A comparison. you know that's the type of like vibe I'm going for, not to be Stephen A himself, but my own version of that. Just be able to give my perspective consistently and constantly every chance I get, to the point that we lit, what I'm saying? And it's something that doesn't have, it's like not finite, what I'm saying? Stuff is constantly happening. Like when even when Stephen A was commenting on Kwame Brown last week, like he was saying like the game is going to continue, what I'm saying, regardless if it's me or the next person. Like, so I'm a just try to get as much out as I can, what I'm saying. And I just like really I'm starting to get obsessed with like what I was saying earlier, like digital real estate, like trying to get my reach as far as possible while continuing to get better at my craft. And speaking of craft, man, and like just like people coming back, so Isaiah Rashad just did the cave with Kenny Beats, bro, and that joint was fire, bro. And it's really got me to the point of like, man, I really need Isaiah Rashad to drop because we missed that his energy, bro. Like when he's in his pocket, like it's hard. It's very very difficult for for anybody to really like not necessarily like surpass him or like something like that, but it's just like it's nobody else like that, and the last time he dropped I was still in school, and I played that album like every day. The Sunset Ray, I played that joint every day to the point where it's like I don't even play it anymore. Like, what I'm saying? Not because it's not good, but I just heard it so much. You know what I'm saying? I heard it so much, and like now when I do end up hearing it, whether it's like on a playlist or just like my daily mix or whatever, Spotify be throwing at me, it's like I get hype again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different type of feeling, and to see him not only just drop a single a couple weeks ago, but also now he's doing media. He's next thing I'm looking for is an interview or something, or something teasing what he got on the album. Because like it's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute, and we need that joint. And I need it. And that's just like a cool thing to like think about. It, like, dang, like Youngins is really like fiending for your music. Like that's crazy. Um, the last thing that I got on my list right now is so growth is launching literally in like 16 days, and I'm gonna be doing a shoot for that this week, so I'm super excited about that. And then we got the doc that I'm gonna be putting together, and that's the main reason why I got the transition pack and stuff like that, because I think that it'll enhance the story, and I'm excited to start really locking in on that. And like speaking of that, like I just really like I'm thinking about it now, and when it comes to like creating like this stuff, it really be like a moment thing. Like I haven't really touched any of the footage. I don't even really know how much I got at this point, but you know, I'm going to really start like June 1st. That's when I'm going to start putting it together. And I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I can't really explain like what it's going to be just because I don't even know yet. Like like I don't even know. And that kind of sounds bad. Just because it's like, a major part of the rollout for it, but I know that it'll come together the way it needs to, because like the vision is already there. You know what I'm saying? The vision is there. Like I have it in my mind, and that's just like how my creative process really works. Like speaking of like so, um, I didn't drop it today, but it'll probably come out tomorrow. Like I probably make it tomorrow. But I've been working on you know not just like my Instagram, but the Growth Network Instagram, and I've been wanting to be. I want to be like I said, like create that digital footprint. Like I've been dropping like 3 to 5 pieces of content a day, whether that's thumbnails, videos, pictures, like a whole lot of stuff, stories. You know what I'm saying? And IGTV is one thing that I haven't really figured out for that page, and now I have. So basically, it's going to just be a weekly recap for anybody that missed anything that happened throughout the week. All the content that I do will be broken up and put in there so that not only people can get introduced to all different types of content, but that's another piece that adds to like my repertoire of the things that I'm building. You know what I'm saying? So it's another, I guess you can say, like IP. I mean, like I don't really know. I don't own like the weekly rundown. That's what I'm gonna call it, the weekly rundown. Um, just because it's just a statement. It's not like a thing, but you know, after a few weeks, just like how the pod is on week 18. I've been consistent with this thing for 18 weeks. You know what I'm saying so far. So like when things start to become normalized and like you start letting things just happen like how they're supposed to like happen naturally, like the ideas just start to flow. you know um I had probably had that tab open on Photoshop for probably like a week, and literally like on Friday I finished up the design for it. um and that's just like the thumbnail and stuff. But like the next step to that would be like making it look, because I want it to look different than anything else anybody else is seeing. Like I'm trying to be the one that's like doing stuff that people are not even thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Like innovating and like not necessarily reinventing the wheel, but adding some rims on it, I guess. Like that's like the best way that I can describe what I'm trying to do, because um people have been, what I'm saying, like retooling their content and putting pieces out on IGTV in the form of memes and um just like regular clips that draw them to you know um whatever the major piece of content is forever. What I'm saying, for a really long time. And even though I don't have the little swipe up feature yet, I'm gonna get that. Like, so when I do get it, like by the time I get that joint, it's like it's gonna go crazy, because you know getting involved like with like becoming a part of people's day, that's like a major feat. What I'm saying? That's a major feat to do. And that's basically my goal, because we all have our routines. Like we're all creatures of habit. So that's kind of like a little bit of insight to like how I'm thinking about it, because you know all the stuff that I do is never really like super like advanced, but it's just stuff that a lot of people aren't willing to do. And I just know that like once it really like hit, like that's when it's like, okay, then we really go to the next level. Like because I know like I know myself, like I'm not the best editor. Um I'm not the best like videographer or even speaker, but I have like one, I have my perspective, and then I got vision. Those two things you can't take away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the things that set me apart. And all that's missing now is the exposure, you know. Um, and even like streaming, what I'm saying? Like right now, like on Twitch, like where you can listen to this podcast live, on Saturdays, there's no real like way for people to find you on Twitch. You gotta like literally like just like hope they scroll and like look at the thumbnail and think it's dope. Like like that's like the best that Twitch can do right now. So um you gotta find other ways to put yourself out there, and that's all I'm really trying to do, because like um even though it's still like really early in the game for me, like I'm trying to be here for the long haul. So when things start to get innovated and stuff like that, then we add that to the repertoire. But you know it's just part of the process, honestly. What I'm saying? Like Tony Montana say, bro, the world is yours. Like I don't want to end up like him, but like That's still like it's out there for the taking. You know what I'm saying? You just got to go out there and take it, and that's just what it is, bro. Like the opportunity is there. You know, I think that this episode, like I kind of just wrote the outline like prior to getting on. Like I didn't really know what I was gonna talk about, but cause I pretty much like just finished that like really early, but you know, not all of them are gonna be super drawn out. Like I said, like this was like it's been a really chill day. You know what I'm saying? It's been a pretty chill week. But I learned a lot this week, and it don't take much, it don't take much to get me started. You know what I'm saying? Like I wrote a lot more on here than I wrote a lot more on. Well, there's not as much on here, but I got a lot more out of what I got on here just because of the flow of the conversation. And that's why I like podcasting, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like that. I guess the last thing that I want to talk about is I think the last thing I want to talk about is Love, Death, and Robots. So I gave out like a little, like I'm starting to do scoring too. That's another thing that I added as a part of the G file. Cause I realized like I was reviewing it, but I didn't never give it a score, and yeah, it was just a solid season, bro. And I don't know. It wasn't as good as the first season, but that might just be biased, you know. But I gave some of my thoughts on it on Instagram, so you can check that out there. But I think that it's going to get harder and harder for them as they go, just because of like how outlandish the stories be, and I don't know where they get their like stories from, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the art style, that's always gonna be A1, you know what I'm saying? But it's the stories, because every episode's a different story, and they cover plenty of different topics. But I don't know, it just wasn't like, it didn't hit the same as the first season, but it was solid though. It was solid. I gave it 80 out of 100. But that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna just keep on grinding. You know what I'm saying? Another week in the books. This week, let's see what you can be looking forward to this week. Well, by the time you might be hearing this, might be Wednesday already. But I'm gonna be doing a bio mutant first impressions this week. I'm gonna talk more about My Hero, along with God of High School. We're promising that first impressions for a minute. That'll either drop Monday or Tuesday. Probably Tuesday. Yeah, that'll probably be Tuesday, but it might also be Wednesday. I don't know, because I might double upload. Who knows, man? Who knows? But appreciate y'all for coming through once again. You know what I'm saying? You could be watching anything in the world or listen to anything in the world right now, but you decided to check this out, man. I appreciate that. And hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, so next time I go live. This is stream live on Twitch on Saturday, so twitch.tv/DoNateSensei coming through, and we can hang out at my man's gym room. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be easy. Y'all know the vibes. Always keep growing. Always keep going. It's me, Boy G. I'm gone. Peace.